As young people in South Africa, HIV/AIDS is one of the biggest challenges we face. At the current rate of infection, South African teenagers have about a 50% chance of contracting HIV over the course of their lives. About HIV and AIDS? Do you use protection when you sleep with them?
The reason I don't use a condom is like in the boys say, if you love me, you won't use a condom.
We are too young to be serious, so we don't use protection. We live life the way it is.
Like life is here, it seems like things not getting your way, and I'm life screws all the time.
We know about HIV and AIDS, what causes it, and how you get it, but we still take risks. This holds us back and stops us from making the right moves.
A mover is an actor and a doer.
They accept that we are in a crisis,
and then you go out and do something about it.
I say love, you say life, love, love. I would like you guys to put your hands together for 24 hours just for you.
Love Life was launched in 1999 as an HIV prevention program for young people. It now reaches over 500,000 youth, face-to-face each month, and thousands more through new media. The program first sought to tackle HIV and AIDS with an intensive media campaign called Talk About It, aimed at getting people to bring the issues of HIV and AIDS into the open.
We love our children enough for us to talk about sex.
Love Life had a campaign, Talk About It. They were encouraging people to talk about sex, to talk about teenage pregnancy, to talk about HIV and AIDS. And I think that in that time, we needed people to talk about it.
I think that South Africa has achieved awareness of HIV over the past few years to critical levels.
There is information that is out there. However, young people are still not making right moves as a way of ensuring that they remain HIV free.
If it was only about awareness, the HIV would be a far less of a problem than what it is today.
Young people are more likely to take risks if they feel they have little choice or are excluded. So Love Life launched the next phase in its campaign using the tagline, Make Your Move.
In South Africa, people are now comfortable to talk about sexually related activities, but now the challenge is there are still social factors that are influencing young people to be at a higher risk of contracting HIV and AIDS.
The campaign seeks to provide young people with a sense of immediate and real possibility by giving them hope and building resilience, enabling them to deal with the pressures of their circumstances.
The whole foundation of the Make Your Move campaign is the recognition of the role played by social, economic, cultural circumstances. For example, poverty, inequality. Those circumstances have got to change.
Now, can you get pregnant?
Yes.
You can. In March 2009, 1,500 youth known as Groundbreakers were trained in this new material. Groundbreakers are young people that volunteer their services to Love Life. They are on a one-year learnership. They go to schools and implement Love Life programs. They go to clinics. They go to sites. The Make Your Move kit contains a range of books, guides, and simulation games designed to mobilize young South Africans to take control of their future by identifying and seizing opportunity, thereby making them less tolerant of risk.
I think the Make Your Move campaign is brilliant because it's just not us going into a community and talking about doing something. It's all doing, and actually being realistic about the approach and how to handle the AIDS and HIV epidemic.
It will help the young people to make clear commitments about their future and about where they want to be.
Once trained, the 1,500 Groundbreakers will roll out the material across all Love Life platforms.
Make your move!
They will take the kit into 4,000 schools across the country.
My position as a groundbreaker is really important because there's so much change that needs to be done and so little people is doing anything about it. So I just took it upon myself in bringing that change to my community.
These groundbreakers, they are easy to talk to. We as students, we don't see them as teachers.
The groundbreakers are a link between the teacher and the learners. They are there to bridge that gap.
they actually have the ability to be very strong role models for the young people that are younger, that are still growing up in their own communities.
I think it's important that organizations like Life partner with schools, because look, as teachers, you cannot do it alone. We need partnerships to achieve some of the things that we can do.
I'd like to become a chef.
I'm
soccer player.
In mapping their lives, Make Your Move gets young people to commit to values that shape their decisions. Through the careers book, students are led through a process of discovering potential careers, and then moves are suggested.
When young people leave school, their sense of who they are and in fact their day-to-day purpose within their life changes.
Show them possible careers and what those careers can do, or what differences those careers can do in their lives. And I think once you expose them to that kind of careers, they might move away from all other things that they're doing and focus to what they need to be in the future.
The extent to which we succeed in preparing young people to navigate that transition while they're in school is what we believe is going to help us with reducing the incidence of HIV.
In addition to schools, the campaign works in clinics, NGOs, and multi-purpose facilities called Love Life Youth Centers.
On a face-to-face basis, what's important for us is to ensure that in every community that we work in, we are completely anchored.
One of the key elements in Make Your Move is a series of simulation games. These help young people to navigate their everyday life situations by simulating those very environments.
I am Nigerian and live next door to South Africa who have no work and no money.
You, Makorekorazi, you all come from all the way to Angola, Zimbabwe. You come here and take all our jobs. You're going to toy.
Right, the thing basi treat abantu avela kwelaqala kakhulu.
Thina abantu basathethe imisebenzi into enqona umuntu omnyama enqona ubeka istand ekoneni so bonke bayenzayo abananhloni manje basithethe ukubeka istand umuntu obeka istand ekoneni ayenza into yakhe.
Can you please cover for me, man?
No, man. Now you want to sleep with a 20-year-old man?
How do you know? I didn't.
I'm not gonna cover for you.
Please, man.
No. Did you know that is wrong? Why must I cover? Stuff that happens in our community every hour, maybe every minute.
They are more than just games. They are life skills. They open young people's minds to think outside the box broadly and also focus on the consequences of their actions.
Peer pressure is one of the key factors within our communities. We can channel that peer pressure to be a positive peer pressure where they can learn from each other's way of thinking and each other's way of articulating life.
We bring an element of a stronger problem solving within the skills ambit of young people, that when they meet with challenges, they are not discouraged or immobilized.
There's challenges in nazo. Shortage of money. We think when into kubana mhlawumbe university yakho mbiza kunceda uyabo so uqomba okay fine man hlala endlini ndingayi e-university ngafika.
Like there is shortage of money, but we are connected to bursaries from government.
When you talk to young people, you then start gaining insight into the practical barriers that they come up against on an ongoing basis.
The Make Your Move campaign realizes that if you're a young person and you look at the future, you have no access to job, you have no access to school, you have no access to anything. You may know everything about HIV, but the pressures around you may end up, putting you at risk.
AIDS is taking its toll on young parents, leaving behind often teenagers and children. Love Life works with 500 grandmothers across South Africa who support these teenagers and their younger siblings, encouraging them to develop a sense of purpose and belonging.
Gogos are important in our lives because our mothers are not living with us and they look after us.
During the course of our work, what became clear is that the effects of HIV seem to end up with Gogos. So putting Gogos within the Make Your Move campaign is actually making sure that we link young people with opportunities.
Jwale ka nkgono wa Gogo Geta ke hlokomela bana ba senang batswadi le bana ba dikobo di khutshwanyana. Lebaka la hore ke ba hlokomele ke hobane ha hona motho yo ka ba hlokomelang mahaeng a bona.
Ugogo Evelyn ungenze ngabe umuntu ongcono because ungihambisile ngihambe ngifunise igole engena door to door eyikoleni and then ngaze ngasithole Eastbank High.
Ke nahana hore Love Life e batlile ho sebetsa le bonkgono Hobaneng ho na le dintho tse ngata tse bonkgono ba di tsebang le tse ba ka kgonang hore ba ka di lokisa ba di bue le batjha.
When we came to work with Gogos, we learned quite a lot. We learned what passion was. We learned what, a never die spirit is, making your move.
First and foremost, we're trying to achieve a generation of young people who are complete, who have a strong sense of purpose and belonging, are creative, can solve their problems, and are connected to opportunity.
If there's one thing I learned from the Make Your Move campaign, is that I gotta make it happen now or never. It's now or never for me.
It is about young people. It's not about HIV or drugs or crime. It's about them.
I'm not gonna let this place hold me back because I can achieve something in life.
I consider myself now a mover because I am making a change and I am becoming the change that I want to see.
Love life. Make your move.